Hey folks, it's JD here, and today I thought we'd look at the top 3 FPV flyers that require applications on your smartphone in order for them to work. So the first one is definitely going to be the Udi U42W. This particular quadcopter is one of the most recent ones that we've flown, and when I took it out, it's been the first UDI that I flew, so I took it out and didn't know what to expect, if I'm honest, but I was pleasantly surprised. And when it comes to the camera itself is quite a spectacular looking device. I mean, obviously you've got the Wi-Fi antenna on the back, you've got the camera body itself, and the camera, which looks down at a 45-degree angle, but unfortunately only looks up in a straight line. You can't alter that any further than what you've already got, which is a bit of a shame, but still, the video you get from it is okay. And I took it out, and it was a relatively light day. It was quite early in the morning, but still was very light. I tried to point the camera to which way the sun was rising, so that we could get as maximum light into the lens as possible. And still, it's okay. It's not the best, but I found that the quadcopter was so still when I was up at an altitude that you could take quite nice videos. Be warned, when you are taking videos with this camera, no audio comes out on the video itself. The Wi-Fi range on this quadcopter is exceptional. I'd normally expect when you connect to the 2.4 gigahertz band, you normally find that when you are travelling quite far out, that you will experience a lot of degraded quality, a lot of grainy performance. Sometimes maybe the video is lagging behind your movements on the quadcopter. This guy didn't at all. He flew 3/4 the length of a football pitch before I started getting quite grainy responses from the FPV. But it was still in real time. I could still turn the copter around and fly her back to me without there being any issues whatsoever. This is definitely in the top 3. So let's look at the next one. So the next one is the Sema X5UW. So there's lots of people that like this and lots of people that don't. Personally, myself, I think it's a really good copter. Syma have outdone themselves in this particular model. They have, especially for myself, Syma seemed a little bit stale with all the copters they were churning out, seemed to be pretty much the same, but this one completely made me think the other way totally. So, little camera on the front. Now, what the good thing is about this one is you can twist and you can pull off the camera, so should you want to replace that, should you damage it, or should it get damaged, then you can do so quite easily. SD card fits in the back of the camera, but the downside on this particular camera is, unlike the UDI where you can alter the lens, you can't alter the lens on this camera, so it always points straight on. Now when you do accelerate and when you do fly this copter forward, you will notice it tilts quite a bit, so you still get pretty okay video from it. The Wi-Fi range on this particular quadcopter isn't brilliant. It's about half a football pitch, but still, it still deserves to be in the top 3. Number 3 is the MJX X401H. Now we've seen this quadcopter in a couple of the other top videos that we've done. Now this copter is just brilliant. It's a fantastic all-rounder. It's a brilliant flyer, very stable. Once again, the camera, like the Syma we've just looked at, can be removed just by you unscrewing these two screws here. The lens, like the UDI, does move down and can be moved back up as well. The video on this records directly onto your phone, so you have to make sure you stop the video recording before you turn off the quadcopter, otherwise you lose the video that you've recorded. So the quality of this particular video is okay, it's not too bad, it's pretty much in the same league as the other two copters as well. Transmitter range though was a little bit better. I did find that this guy went about halfway up to a football pitch, but unfortunately at that stage the video was quite badly degraded. I couldn't use the video to turn the quadcopter around, so I had to actually look at it, turn the quadcopter around and then fly her back to me. That being said though, it's still up there as it's still a really sturdy, reliable quadcopter with parts you can replace. So this is, again, this is why this is in the top 3. So now we finish with this one, let's look at them all. So we've got the MJX, we've got the UDI, and we've got the Syma. Perfect. So look at that, 3 fantastic quadcopters. If you're looking at getting in on the FPV action with use of a smartphone app, then I would say certainly don't discount these quadcopters at all. They're all very, very capable quads. So there will be links to all these quadcopters in the description as well, should you want to go and get a bit more further information on them. So there we are. Thanks ever so much folks for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and if you have liked this video, give me a thumbs up. Thanks ever so much for your support folks. So until next time my friends, happy flying.